Good morning. What a great day to be celebrating the wonder and joy of the season. We have our kids with us today who will be performing the Christmas pageant a little later in the service. The retelling of the sweet Christmas story, the origin story of the Christian religion, is one where we all can recognize how Unitarian Universalism, a faith that has evolved from a Christian background, carries on its story of love and wonder. There will be the opportunity for you to participate in the pageant as well as sing along with the hymns/carols during the pageant. The carols are listed in the order of service, and you can listen carefully for the cues if you want to join into the pageant itself. When you hear a cue, you'll have to stop off at the costume table, which is in the back of the sanctuary, and they'll set you up in right form. Speaking of wonder and joy, we are doubly fortunate today to have two longtime members sharing their musical talents together. Sydney Crisp on piano, who is also our accompanist today, is performing with Jenn Bacmeister on flute. Sydney was 3 years old when she started to bang on the last key of the piano until it broke. She learned to play for real when she was 7 or 8. Sydney loves to be with her friends and family during the holidays. Sydney's moment of joy and wonder was when she was young and her parents would go out of their way to open their fake fireplace and chimney for Santa. The next morning, there was soot on the carpet and bites taken out of the cookies. Jenn Bacmeister started playing flute in 5th grade. Now, her first choice was cello, but being in a band and not an orchestra, it would, of course, been too hard to march with a cello. Jenn enjoys the special food she eats only at Christmas. She will continue the family lasagna tradition when she goes to Michigan this year, and she's sure her mom will bake candy cane cookies. I think we need to get word out to your mom about that. Her expectations are high. Her moment of joy is when she gets to play music with her friends. Here's Jenn and Sydney playing Carol of the Bells, written by Mykola Leonovich. Wonderful treat. This reading is by Mary Oliver, and it's called Mysteries, Yes. Truly, we live with mysteries too marvelous to be understood. How grass can be nourishing in the mouths of lambs. How rivers and stones are forever in allegiance with gravity, while we hold ourselves dreaming of rising. How 2 hands touch and the bonds will never be broken. How people come from delight or the scars of damage to the comfort of a poem. Let me keep my distance always from those who think they have all of the answers. Let me keep company always with those who say, "Look," and laugh in astonishment and bow their heads. Can you recall a moment when you felt wonder? Wonder is when you feel astonished, amazed at something new or strange or just terrifically, fantastically, marvelously wonderful. Wonder comes in many shapes and forms, and your wonder may not be my wonder. So, where were you when you felt wonder? What was your bestest wonder moment? You almost have to close your eyes to imagine it, to relive it. To feel wonder is to feel magic and awe. It can be euphoric, which means it can make you feel really good and almost dizzy with that good feeling. Your blood pressure drops, we release a wonderful cocktail of serotonin and all those feel-good chemicals. It's no wonder we are not all a bunch of wonder junkies or wonderheads. But for the most part, we're not. How often do you go out and seek wonder and seek joy in your daily life? Why not? Well, like most worthwhile things, it takes time and many times intention. It also takes a suspension of disbelief and especially suspension of cynicism. Oh, that's scary. Cynicism means that you kind of have a grumpy, you're kind of grumpy about life, sort of. Cynicism is an enemy of wonder. When I think of wonder, sometimes I think of the movie Elf. Have you seen that movie? Buddy the Elf lives the life in wonder and joy. What makes him so unique and charming is that he's an adult with a childlike capacity for what we might call the Christmas spirit. Everything impresses him. Everything is wonder-filled. We adults have nostalgia for childhood joys and wonder when we were, I dare say, a little less pragmatic and when anything was possible. But sadly, too few of us, myself included, take the time to experience wonder. Sometimes it can just take a brief moment to stop, to look, see, hear, feel all the wonder that surrounds us every day. I'd love to know how you are going to feel wonder this season. Good morning again. My name is Beth Curtis. I'm honored to be serving as the worship leader this morning to this growing, journeying, loving community. Welcome to Buckman Bridge Unitarian Universalist Church, or BBUUC. BBUUC is located on land once inhabited by the Timucuan Nation. We acknowledge the historical and continuing impacts of colonization on Indigenous peoples and will continue to work to be more accountable to the First Nations and to hold their story true. We come to BBUUC this and every Sunday morning to explore what it is that lights our own inner light, as well as sharing our light with others. Each of us unique, coming from different faiths, races, sexualities, gender expressions, and backgrounds. We strive to discover our individual truths, and we each are a valued part of our collective truth. We especially welcome any first-time or returning guests who are with us today. We are truly glad that you are here. Be sure to stop by our welcome table near the entry and pick up some information about our church or what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist. You're invited to sign in as a guest and get a name tag so that we can get to know you by name. We offer regularly scheduled classes for folks to learn about Unitarian Universalism. For more information, you can contact membership chairperson Julie Smithers or the membership committee members by spotting a little yellow sticker on their tag that says New, Ask Me. Feel free to reach out and we'll be happy to talk with you about the classes and/or the path to membership. We invite our guests, along with the congregation, to join us after the service for refreshments, coffee, and conversation. And there's candy from the candy making class people won at the auction, so that's a special treat. Being part of the BBUUC community allows us to share of ourselves, and in so sharing with one another, we are able to learn and explore. It's the commitment of BBUUC to create and nourish a loving community in which we all can safely be ourselves, where we have a supportive, respectful relationship with one another and will allow each of us to grow. We define those terms of relationship with our congregational covenant, which we repeat each week. It can be found in your order of service. Please join me. We covenant to engage one another with honesty, kindness, and respect. We value diversity, seek understanding of our differences, and practice gracious accountability with care, love, and empathy. We make these promises to those who are here and those yet to come, so that we may be a safe, welcoming, and beloved community of acceptance, learning, and transformation. Let us rise in body or spirit as we sing our call to worship, the words of which are printed in your order of service. Our UU tradition of lighting the chalice is oftentimes seen as lighting a flame to guide our path, helping us see the direction that we each may follow. I now ask Joseph Chappell to come up and light the chalice for us today. This chalice reading is by Cynthia Landrum. For the wonder and inspiration we seek from the sun and stars and all the lights of the heavens, we light this chalice. May the light of this candle serve to remind us to embrace the wonders which this season of light has to offer. Okay, in this season of light and this season of wonder, we use Advent candles as markers of time, of markers of expectation and celebration. Joseph, please light the first 2 candles, which represent hope and peace. On this 3rd Sunday of Advent, we light one more candle on our wreath, the candle that represents joy. Super. You may be seated. Thank you, Joseph. In the season of wonder, we use lights and candles in celebration. Think of the many holidays around the world that use light. The Hindu and Sikh festival of Diwali, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Ramadan, solstice, and the Swedish celebration of St. Lucia, whose name means light. In each celebration, the light or candle may represent something different, but we can't ignore the commonality of using light itself and the celebratory nature of lighting a candle. And how appropriate that this candle today represents joy. Now, I don't think it's saying feel joy now. Instead, it's an invitation to seek out wonder and joy. We speak and sing about the promise of the not yet manifest, of being beckoned and seeking and of finding, and as reflected in the words of the familiar Christian hymns, O come, Emmanuel, O come, all ye faithful, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to a perfect light. These are the songs of the hopeful, songs of faith. These hymns encourage us to enter into a possibility of joy and wonder. So may the lighting of our third Advent candle bring us patience, grant us faith, and draw us closer to joy. All of our offerings are important to keep this congregation strong and allow us to fulfill our commitment to create and nourish a well-grounded community and its initiatives. This morning, as we pass the plate, you are invited to give as you are willing and able. You can find offering envelopes in the hymnals for your use. You can also go to the church's website and click on the donate link at the top of the page. I'd like to invite our offertory ushers, David Rulison and Ron Furster, to come forward to accept the offering plates. At the conclusion of our offering, I'll invite you all to rise in body or spirit and join me in hymn number 123, Spirit of Life. The moment you've all been waiting for. Amanda Sang will lead the children in the RE Christmas Pageant.
Hi everyone, I am Amanda Sang, and I'm the chair of the Lifespan Religious Education Committee. The children and youth are so excited to see you all here today, and we've been busy practicing our Christmas pageant to share with you. It is December 11th now already. It's flying by, and we're now in the thick of the holiday season. Something that many of us look forward to all year, but it's also a busy time. We are busy shopping for presents, attending events, traveling. In other words, just busy, busy, busy. But it's important to set aside some time for reflection We hope that what we share with you here today helps you to remember what this time is about, maybe makes you smile a little, maybe even chuckle, but also that we remember and that we provide you with some inspiration to remember what Christmas is all about.
And the Grinch, with his Grinch feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzling, how could it be so? It came without ribbons, it came without tacks, it came without packages, boxes, or racks. And he puzzled through hours till his puzzle was solved. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come by mistake. Maybe Christmas perhaps means a little bit more.
Please join me in welcoming Hannah and Laurel to tell our story.
Good morning, again. Whether it's your first time here or you've been attending BBUUC for many years, you are welcome. Thank you for joining us on this very special Sunday. Why are we here? To tell a story, one which is both very old and which is refreshed and new with the birth of every child. We are here to weave a tale together in community, because the purpose is our shared journey to undertake in goodwill and a spirit of play. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing more is needed. There are no mistakes.
We are your storytellers today. The children and youth have been invited to come in costume, prepared to play a role. Listen for your part's invitation to the stage. If you did not come in costume but want to participate, when your desired role is called, you can stop by the costume table to get your costume and then also join us on stage. Let us begin.
Our story takes place about 2,000 years ago on the other side of the world. Those who study such things argue that it probably didn't happen in the middle of winter. It may have happened in autumn or spring, but we celebrate it now because winter is a time for stories of hope birthing in the night. In this time and place, they had an emperor, a Caesar named Augustus. Caesar made a daiquiri, an official announcement.
All the world should be registered so they can pay taxes to me.
All the people were required to go to the city or town where their ancestors had been born to register. For some people, that meant going a long way.
And so it was that a young couple prepared to go on a long journey, not exactly sure of what was waiting for them when they arrived. One of them was heavy with child, as they traveled all the way to Bethlehem. They took shelter in a stable, and a child was born unto them.
Will Mary and Joseph please make their way forward? As Mary and Joseph make their journey, please hold up your stars and join us in singing hymn number 246, O Little Town of Bethlehem, 3 verses.
family, parents invested with the responsibility for this new being and all it may achieve and bring to the world. To the parents, will you repeat after me? We will care for you, little one.
We will care for you, little one.
Thank you, stars. Now that Joseph and Mary are in Bethlehem, you can put your stars down. When they got to Bethlehem, they discovered that there was no room at the inn. The only place Mary and Joseph could find shelter was in a stable cut into the side of a hill, so they settled in to sleep there amongst the animals.
Now for our next group of players. Animals are not mentioned in the Gospels. We often talk about Mary riding a donkey. We generally guess that there were cattle and horses in the stable and sheep for the shepherds. We often imagine camels for the wise folk. However, we have no way of knowing which animals were present. So I encourage you, if you would like to represent any sort of animal, to join us on stage now. For those needing a costume, please visit the costume table for assistance. While they get settled in, let us sing hymn number 243, Jesus Our Brother, 4 verses.
So imagine for us, these animals, pushed out of their space, sharing with this baby, sitting in a manger. A manger is a feed trough. This baby is in the middle of their dinner. Let's stop for a minute to hear the animals' opinions about that. Can you all make the appropriate noise for the animal you are playing? Very good. Now the animals settled down and got used to it and made space for the baby.
In a modern household, there is unlikely to be sheep or horses, but there are often dogs and cats and birds and also siblings, all of whom might need to make room for a new addition. So in the spirit of sharing, will all the animals repeat after me, pretending for a moment that they can talk? We will share with you, little one.
We will share.
Very good. Meanwhile, in our story, there were shepherds out in the countryside watching their flocks. It was late at night, and the story is told that angels came to those shepherds to announce the birth of a special child. Will anyone who is playing a shepherd or angel make their way to the front? If you would like to be a shepherd or an angel, you can visit the costume table and join the others on stage as well. While they come forward, let us sing hymn number 231, Angels We Have Heard on High, 3 verses.
Now the angel spoke to the shepherds.
Do not be afraid, for I am bringing you good news of great joy for all people. Unto you is born this day in the city of David a child of hope.
Angels, will you repeat after me? Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid.
So, with joy and delight, the shepherds decided to go with their flocks to Bethlehem to see the child of hope. Shepherds, how do you feel?
We are so excited to see the new baby.
Now, both shepherds and angels are all about protection and caring. We all say this together to this new baby. We will watch over you, little one.
Wise people who are royalty from the Far East also heard about this special little baby. They heard about a special prophecy that the Messiah, Savior of the world, would be born in Bethlehem. They decided to travel there, following a bright star in the sky, bringing gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. We need 3 adults to join us as a wise person, or king and queen. Please make your way forward to the costume table to get a crown. We have several crowns available. Once you are dressed, slowly make your way to our scene. While they make their way to the stage, let us sing hymn number 259, We 3 Kings of Orient Are. 2 verses.
Some tales say they arrived 12 days later, hence the 12 days of Christmas. Others, 40 days. Some argue that they didn't arrive for 2 years. It was, after all, a long journey. I think what we can agree on is that new parents would welcome gifts at any of those times. As they made their way, they noticed that their journey was lit by a large, bright star. Will our star please take your place on the stage? Will the wise people and royalty please offer their gifts? Now will the wise people and royalty say after me, We bring our praise and our wisdom for you, little one.
We bring our praise and our wisdom to you, little one.
Now that we have gathered our whole cast of characters, let us pause for a moment of reflection. No doubt the birth of Jesus 2,000 years ago in a stable in Bethlehem looked a little different from this. Our sanctuary is warmer than a stable. Our chairs are more comfortable than straw on a stone floor.
However, our scene does capture some of this enduring story. This is a story in which community gathers in support and love around a special baby who will grow up to share a message of love and peace.
This is a story in which power structures are appended as rulers bow before a tiny infant born to the most ordinary and simple people. Look around and see your community and see the tale of care that you have told together. As you are willing and able, will you say after me, We will guide you, little one.
We will guide
end.
Wonder is the feeling when you look at the stars and realize just how big the universe is and just how small we are. Wonder is the feeling when a loved one looks in your eyes and smiles and makes you feel like you are the entire universe. Wonder is seeing all the presents under a sparkling Christmas tree. Wonder is feeling a small baby's fierce grasp on your pinky finger. Wonder is how smell of lilacs transports you to your grandmother's backyard, sitting on her soft lap on a warm May day. I'll ask Joseph Chappell to come up and extinguish our candles. See about? He's just putting away his costume. Good hustle. Good hustle, Joseph. That was awesome. Okay. As we extinguish these candles, may we hold their light and warmth in our hearts to remind us of the promise and wonder of joy. And if doubt creeps in as it to the possibility of joy in our lives not being possible, we can just ask ourselves, what would Buddy the Elf do? Thank you for allowing me to share as your worship leader today. Namaste. Blessed be.